Which of the following is used to hasten the ripening of fruits? What is your answer? Welcome to today's class on organic chemistry. Let's go. Which of the following is used to hasten the ripening of fruits? Ethane, ethyne, ethane, ethane, ethylene. Of course, this does not exist in the hydrocarbon. So, once you hear hastening of fruits to ripe or ripening of fruits, once you hear ripening of fruits, the hydrocarbon used to ripen fruits is ethane. The formula is C2H4, ethane. Which of the following will undergo polymerization? Now, polymerization is usually undergone by alkene family. So, which one has the alkene family here? Now, the alkene family, their general formula is CnH2n. This is their molecular formula. So, which one here is alkene family? Ethane, propanoic acid, ethane, ethanol. Of course, the answer is ethane because all alkene undergoes polymerization. Number 3. Now, this chloromethane reacting with chlorine will give us hydrogen chloride and tetrachloromethane. So this reaction is an example of what? Okay, now the reaction between chlorine and methane is what we refer to as a substitution reaction. So what's the answer? Addition, substitution, condensation, decomposition. So the answer is what? Substitution. When chlorine reacts with methane, we call it a substitution reaction. And the final product is what? Tetrachloromethane. This tetrachloromethane is used in production of plastics. Please take note. When ethane reacts with concentrated tetrazo surfaces, it forms dash. Once you see reaction between ethane is what? 6. In presence of concentrated tetrazo surfaces, it's going to give us what we call what? Ethanol. It's going to give us ethanol. So ethanol is the answer. Now, in exam hall, you may see propane. Propane reacts with concentrated tetrazo surfaces. It will give you what? Propanol. If you see butane, it will give you what? Butanol. Just add OH. Okay? The simplest branch chain hydrocarbon is dash. Ethane, propane, butane. Now, when you hear branch chain, what comes to your mind? Branch chain means it is something that can have a branch chain. That is, look at what we mean. If you have something like, branch chain means something like this. This is what we mean by a branch chain. So, for ethane is 2 molecules. You cannot make it to be a branch chain like this. It cannot be a branch chain. Then the second one is what? Ethane. Ethane cannot be a branch chain. You have propane. Propane is 3. It cannot be a branch chain. Branch chain starts from butane. You can make it to be a branch chain. So the answer is what? Butane. The compound that is used as an anesthetic is, which compound do you use as an anesthetic? You have this, you have this, you have this, you have this. Now, once you hear anesthetic is gotten from reaction between chlorine and methane. The third product is what we use as an anesthetic, and it is called chloroform or trichloromethane. You call it chloroform or trichloromethane, and trichloromethane is D, trichloromethane. That is the compound that you use as an anesthetic. Next, general formula for haloalkanes is, so you ask yourself, what is alkane? Alkane formula is CnH2n plus 2. Are we there? Then, halo is halogen. So, because there is an addition of halogen there, you are going to remove this plus 2 and convert it to plus 1. Then add your halogen, whatever you want to add. So this is the formula for haloalkanes. So which one answers the question? D. You have this plus oxygen to give you carbon dioxide and water. So the hydrocarbon this is what? Butane, butanone, butane. Please, once you see reaction with hydrocarbon, it will give you carbon 4 oxide and water. And what is that thing? It is the family of alkane. The family of alkane will give you that. This is what? Butane. Alkane family will give you, when they react with oxygen, they will give you what? Carbon 4 oxide and water. In cracking of petroleum fractions, the catalyst used is aluminium, zinc, silica alumina, silicon. In cracking of petroleum, the catalyst used is what? Silica alumina. The hybridization of ethene is dash. What is the hybridization of ethene? sp3, sp2, sp, sp3d. Please, the hybridization of, let me just put it here. The hybridization of alkane, let me just put it here. Now, the hybridization of alkane is what? sp3. Alkene is sp2, and alkyne is sp. Please take notes. Alkane sp3, alkene sp2, alkyne sp. So the hybridization of ethane is what? sp2. Okay. Now, this is calcium carbide, reacts with water, forms dash. Ethane, ethane, ethyne, ethanol. What's your answer? Okay, so once calcium carbide reacts with water, it forms what? Ethyne. Ethyne. Now, this question came out in your mock. Please take note. Ethyne, it forms ethyne. Dehydration of heptane 1 ore produces what? The dehydration of heptane 1 ore, what will it produce? Ethane, heptene, heptanol, heptyne. Now, when you dehydrate heptane 1 ore, what will it give you? Once you hear dehydration of alkanol, dehydration means removal of 1 molecule of water. Any alkanol you dehydrate will give you what? Alkene. With the corresponding alkene. So this is heptane 1 ore. When you dehydrate it, it will give you what? Heptene, because dehydration of alkanol gives what? Alkene, E-N-E. So this will give you what? Heptene, E-N-E, heptene. Alkanones are generally obtained by the oxidation of what? Now, alkanones are obtained by the oxidation of secondary alkanols, while alkanals are obtained by the oxidation of primary alkanols. Is that taken? Okay. So alkanones are generally obtained by the oxidation of dash, primary alkanols, secondary alkanols, tertiary alkanols, alkanoic acid. Of course, the answer is what? Secondary alkanols. The general formula for the alkanals is, what's the formula for alkanal? Now, alkanal is CHO. This is alkanal. So the answer is what? C. Okay, so this is what? This is esters. This is alkanones. This is alkanal, and this is alkanol. If silver mirror test is positive, it indicates the presence of alkyne, alkanol, alkanone, alkanal. Now, silver mirror test is used to distinguish between alkanal and alkanone. Remember, alkanal is obtained by oxidation of primary alcohols, alkanone, oxidation of secondary alkanols. Okay, so if you want to differentiate between alkanal and alkanones, how do you do that? You use what we call silver mirror test or Fehling solution. And alkanal will test positive. Alkanal will test positive in any of the solution, but alkanone will not test positive. Okay, so which one will test positive here? Alkanal. The conversion of oil to margarine is known as dash. The conversion of oil to margarine, hydrogenation, condensation, hydrolysis, dehydration. So when you convert margarine, it simply means adding hydrogen to oil in order to fatten it to become fat. That fat is what we call margarine, okay? And that is what? Hydrogenation. In the production of soap, there is an alkanol that you obtain. What is it? Propanol, ethanol, glycerol, methanol. The answer is what? Glycerol. Saponification of alkanoates to produce soap and alkanol is dash. So when you saponify alkanoates, that's esters, to produce soap and alkanol, what do you call it? Dehydration, esterification, hydrolysis, oxidation. Now, esterification is reaction between alkanol, and alkanoic acid to give you alkanoates. But this time around, we are saponifying alkanoates to produce soap. So we refer to it as what? Hydrolysis. So the saponification of alkanoates to produce soap and alkanol is referred to as what? Hydrolysis. All right. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you found value in today's class. Please don't forget to give us a like, and also expect more videos from me. I'm rooting for you and success in your exam. Bye.